And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Generation Shock. As always, it's your boy, the monster on the mic, Sheck Monster. And you got the most beautiful man in the world. You got Messiah. So you know what time it is. Let's get that intro started. Let's kick it.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right. So we got a great show in store for you folks today. We're super excited. It's definitely a little bit of a new topic, something that just happened out there. But before we get into that, there's a little bit out there that we want to talk about, and Monster Week is sports. So it's the better intro of our two segments that we have in the show. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick that intro in.
Gotta climb to the top, but we're never gonna stop. When the low, yeah, we going high.
All right. So I forget. Did we talk about the championship of the Euros last episode?
No,
Or was
we
that
talked
this week?
about the finals.
Okay.
But we never talked about who won it.
Yeah,
Yo,
so-
you know what's crazy? Before you say anything about the score and all that, and I told my brother-in-law, he's like, I'm gonna bet on England. I'm like, bro, I would bet on Italy. Something told me just bet on Italy, right? And I told him, what are the odds? He was like, I go, you win more with England or you win more with Italy? He's like, it's not that much of a difference, but I win more with Italy. I told him, bro, go with Italy. He was gonna go with England. He didn't make any bets, but he was gonna go with England. I was like, bro, I'm an underdog person. Hated a little bit.
Hold on. First of all, for the record,
I don't want to hear nothing about the Patriots.
First of all, for the record, England was the underdog.
No, it was. How
Yes,
could they
they
be
were.
the underdogs?
They're the underdog because you look at the amount of championships Italy's won versus England. You look at their speed that they had
Not
on the
according to the
outsides.
odds in Vegas.
That's only because they gave them a home field advantage then. But
Okay.
I had Italy winning. I just thought Italy would win in regulation. For them to lose, like the way that shit went down, it was, I kept me on the edge of my seat. Those penalty kicks, oh my goodness, man. I could not believe it. And that
Did you
poor
hear
young kid.
the aftermath after that?
That poor young kid. No, I didn't see any of that.
All right. So here's the aftermath, right, which I think is kind of fucked up. I was going to save it for my fuck out of here, but it's not. I got another fuck out of here. The aftermath as, unfortunately, the three people that missed the extra kick, well, the penalty, the
PKs, yeah.
overtime kick, happened to be three African American people that play for the team. All kinds of racial shit happened. They're getting all racial comments, and Twitter had to block over 1,000 people, 1,000 tweets about the people like dogging them. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's crazy.
It is fucking crazy,
People out there are ruthless, bro.
bro.
Ruthless. Yeah.
Ruthless.
It's crazy, but it was an awesome match, very entertaining. You got the game for the NBA Finals tonight. So you have, the Suns are up 2-1, but also the last couple of days was the NMLB All-Star Game. Did you catch any of that Home Run Derby or the All-Star Game at all?
No, but I know I called you to talk about, what are we going to talk about this week? And you're like, yo, the All-Star, the home run derby is on. I'm like, all right, bro, I'll let you alone.
First of all, I'll go ahead and I'll talk a little bit about it, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, it was one of the first times that we had a pitcher, I think maybe the first time since the All-Star
Really?
game, a pitcher was in the
guy?
Home Run Derby.
The guy from the Angels?
Yes,
Is it Angels?
Ohtani.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ohtani was in the Home Run Derby.
Really?
So I
That's
was
interesting.
super excited to see what this guy was going to be able to do. And he held up. So what they did is they went in for it's like a 3-minute round. And then they get bonus time. So he tied Soto, which was the guy he was going against. So
Yeah.
then they go into another minute playoff round where they have to hit as much as they can in a minute. And they tied it again. Right? So they had to go into a three swing playoff. So what happens is you get 3 swings of the bat. You don't have to swing at every pitch.
Okay.
But anytime you swing the bat, that counts as it.
Okay.
Soto's up first. He knocks all 3 out the park. Goes 3 for 3. And then Ohtani gets up and grounds out the first one. So it wasn't great. But this dude from the Mets, oh my God. I have not seen something so exhilarating as this guy out there. He's dancing, he's bobbing to the music, right? And he is literally just taking shots deep at one after the other, after the
He
other.
made it exciting.
Oh man, he really brought some energy to it. So we get to the final
man,
round,
I missed
and,
that
and the
shit.
guy goes 17 home runs in the final round. This dude gets out there and is just fucking walloping them, like just ridiculous. And it's just weird though, because nobody came around him. Like usually the All-Star game, people do stuff and you get a crowd of players around you. Like he was so cocky and so arrogant that like nobody else even came or wanted to be around him. Like he was just out on
Really?
his own, doing his own thing, dancing, feeling it. He's also back-to-back home run derby champion. So we didn't have it last year, but in 2019, he won it. So he came back to defend this title. And this dude just put on a fucking show. It was amazing. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I wish I watched it.
Oh,
Because
it's
I
so
think
good.
MLB needs things like that, needs entertainment like that. I know MLB is all about, it's classic. They're into the custom shit, like shit that they're into. Don't do any extra shit. There's now they're starting to allow people to wear the hats a little bit sideways, but there's more tradition. That's the word I'm looking for. They're more tradition.
Yeah.
But him doing something like this, I've always thought about that. I'm like, why doesn't anybody put up on a show when they're gonna go to bat? They're gonna be like, they walk in there with this little gangster walk. Yeah, I'm gonna go to crush it or do a little something stupid. And people have always told me like it's because it's baseball's tradition.
Yeah, they don't want people. You don't want to you can't if you hit a home run, you're not allowed to be flamboyant because of the fact that it's the pitcher and like all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
But Vlad Jr. Got MVP of the All-Star game. He hit a home run last night.
Vlad
'cause the game
Jr.?
was yeah, Vlad Jr. Vlad
Yeah.
Guerrero
You call
Jr.
him, what do you call him?
Vlad.
Oh, I thought you say flag.
No,
Like, what?
Vlad.
Oh, okay.
Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
So
Is he
that's-
anything like his father? I haven't
He's
kept
right
up with
now.
baseball.
He is looking better, dude. This kid's
No way.
22 years old.
He cannot be better. His father,
20
when he used to go to Boston, this is the show he used to put in Boston. He used to be at the home plate and throw the ball over the monster.
Dude,
Throwing the ball over
this
the monster.
kid's 22 years old. Okay. He was just in the All-Star game. He was in the home run derby. He got MVP. He's leading. Like, dude, this dude is tied for second in the MLB for home runs. You know who number one is?
Who?
Atani, the pitcher.
No fucking way.
Yes.
Is he
dude
really that
a
good?
Yes, he is that good. He's
So-
that good.
so the
that
hype
he
is
the
real.
first. He's the first player ever. If I'm not mistaken, once again, I don't know the 100% facts, but he might be the first player ever who started the game at pitching and started at DH.
No way.
Yes. So he had to
awesome.
go to the home run derby, okay, and hit all those at bats, which it was in Denver, so it's going to be tiring. And then he had to go out the very next night and pitch the first inning, okay, and
Yeah.
then go up to bat after that.
No way.
Dude's a beast.
How'd he do?
His pitching was okay. His batting, he didn't do anything really, but it is what
It's
it is.
exhausting, bro.
Yeah, it's exhausting. That home run
The
derby
fact that
wear
he's
you
a
out.
double, it's considered a double threat, right?
Yeah, dual threat.
Yeah.
Dude's a beast. Listen, he's literally the first player in history since Babe Ruth to be on the trajectory.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
He's hitting the ball so well that they may tell him at some point, if his pitching ability drops a little bit, to give up pitching and just be DH.
Really?
Just like Babe Ruth had to do. He had to give up pitching to bat.
So wait, the Angels are AL league
I think so,
or
yeah.
the NL? Well, if he's DH, he has to be AL.
Well,
The
I
NL
think
doesn't have DH.
Well, I think in the All-Star game, there's nothing but DH. So no, he may be AL. I mean
Okay.
NL. He may be in the NL.
If he's
That's why
NL,
he's batting.
if he's NL, then he
has to be.
bats.
It
Yeah,
has
he has
to be
because
AL.
he's batting. If he's batting, he's killing it.
Yeah, if he has 33 home runs, you're not doing that pitching
he has 33
every
home
5.
runs.
Yes.
What?
He's not doing that every 5
Baseball's
days.
exciting this year,
Oh yeah, there's some good storylines.
bro.
for
Baseball's all about the long ball, bro.
Sure. Yeah.
I
So
don't
the
care what
other
anybody
thing,
says. Long ball's what brings the money.
oh, of course. The other thing I wanted to bring up, so we can get into our topic, is I was reading on Bleacher Report today. There is an athlete, and he's not the first, but he's a big name for me, who made an announcement that if anybody going forward wishes to have him do endorsements, Guess how he said he has to be paid?
Cryptocurrency?
That's correct. Bitcoin. If he ain't getting crypto,
He said Bitcoin or
Saquon,
he said Dodge?
he said Bitcoin.
Oh man, I wish he would have said Dodge.
Dude, Saquon Barkley said if you want him to endorse your products, you got to hit him up with that cryptocurrency.
Bro, they're
and you
already
gotta pay him
thinking
in
that
Bitcoin.
movement. That movement's already happening, bro.
Dude, it's crazy.
People thinking about that future paper.
Dude, there's reports that who is the athlete that just signed a deal? Shit, I forgot his name all of a sudden. I was reading the report. He got a signing bonus of $24 million, though. I can't remember the athlete. And he made them put that sinus bonus into crypto. And
No fucking way.
Yeah. $24 million into cryptocurrency.
You think that's probably just going to be his investment money because he's not going to be able to use that. There's no. Well, you can use cryptocurrency.
Well, that's the thing. I think what they're doing is because they have so much money, they're hedging their bets for the future, right? So what they're saying is, I'm getting my salary, and that's how I'm living, right? And I'm making plenty of money to live off my salary. So all this extra money, I'm going to invest in a high return probability. So I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah, $24 million in crypto in Bitcoin is ridiculous.
I don't know if that went to Bitcoin. That one was just crypto. So I don't know where they spread
so
that
it's
out.
a mix. But how do you, damn, that's a lot.
I forget who the athlete was that signed, who just got a new contract and did that. But
that's a lot. $24 million in cryptocurrency, that's a lot.
Yeah, boy.
A lot of crypto.
All right, so let's hop in and
since we're on the topic of the future.
Oh, yes. Future and things coming up. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about our topic today? Because I know you brought this up, so I'll let you introduce it.
So I watched today's topic is going to be actually, going to the moon. Well, not actually the moon, going to outer space, traveling to outer space.
Yeah, you're not even close if you're talking about the moon.
Yeah, no, traveling to outer space. Let's just say that. And the whole reason why that came up with, there's a few people that know this, and I love anything that has to do with outer space. I'm not a geek about it, but I love it. And I love astronaut stuff. I've always wanted to visit NASA, and I never did. But I've always been curious of what's out there. So I was watching the Virgin Galactic launch live, and to me it gave me goosebumps. And I was like, man, this is crazy. This is really happening. I'm watching the future right now. I'm watching what's gonna happen. And to me, it just gave me chills, and I loved it. So I decided, hey, let's do a topic on that. So here we are.
Yeah. So I watched it as well, and I wrote down a shit ton of notes on the topic.
Damn.
Yeah, like I went in, like there were so many things that just intrigued me.
Was it questions or
some of them are? Some of them
Did
are
you read some of the
statements.
comments on that?
No, I did not read the comments.
I read the comment. It was so interesting because they're always those flat earthers comments of ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't really care about all that shit. So let's start off first of all, so people understand what we're talking about when we talk about the definition of space, because some people don't quite understand. So by scientific standards, at this exact moment in time, in order to travel into space, you have to be 50 miles above the Earth's floor, right? Or the whatever you want to call it.
Sea level,
correct.
above ground.
So what they're doing is they're traveling 50 miles above sea level, and for about a minute to 2 minutes, they're in what is by legally considered space at that point, and then descending back down, right? So there's a couple things that stuck out to me. I don't, that I can go into. I don't know if you want to comment more before I go. Or
no. You can go into and I'll comment from what you're going to.
All
like
right.
I'll add some of my few things, and we can have this like interesting conversation about it.
Okay. So number one, I get what they're doing. They're doing the bare minimum, right? And I get it. It's hard not to do more than that right now by just making sure they hit that threshold, give people that 2-minute experience, and then come back down. Now, granted, I will say this. It's probably an amazing 2 minutes, right? I kind of equate it to like a roller coaster, I guess, right? And you wait in line for maybe an hour or more sometimes when you go to these theme parks back in the day when we were able to do those things pre-COVID, right? And the ride would last only a couple minutes, right? So I get the concept of it is it's not really much different than that. But the thing that really, I think one of the big things that stuck out to me that I was a little, I guess I wasn't comprehending it completely, or I didn't understand, was they never leave the region they take off from. So just so everybody knows, number one, they take off from New Mexico, and they have a whole space station, theoretically, as you want to call
airport.
it.
It's like an airport
built for it, but it's more than an airport because it has living quarters and everything, like restaurant.
It has a no-fly zone.
Yep, like
Only
for a certain amount of miles.
airspace is only theirs.
Correct. Because that's what New Mexico does. It restricts people and stuff like that. So they fly up, but when you're in orbit, it even says like you're only seeing like that part of the United States.
The crescent.
Well, no, not just the crescent, but it's not like you're seeing another country. You're still seeing the region of New Mexico and its surrounding area, and then coming back down to it. So I thought it was fascinating. Number one, that you're doing all that. You're all that time in the air, and you're really not traveling anywhere.
I looked at it. 15 minutes. It's a 15-minute
total
from the minute that takes off, detaches from the other from the airplane.
That's my point. I'm talking about from the moment you leave the runway to the moment you come back down.
So that's
a long time.
That's longer.
And you're only, think about it though, but you're only still in that one area. Like that's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like
but that
2 hour flight, I'm going across the country.
Yeah, but that it's funny how we're talking about this, and my wife goes, I haven't even seen the world. Why am I gonna go out of space? So it's like there's a lot of places I want to visit, and there's a lot of countries I want to visit. Why would I go up there and they can just come straight down? But the fact that you get to see that, to me, it got me goosebumps because the fact, like, I think about it like you're up there, you look over that view must be like beautiful. Right, that view must be like, I've always thought if it was me, right, at that moment, if it was me, I would have cried, because that's a once in a lifetime view. Well, now it's going to be more possible because it looks. Now, here's a question for you: did it seem like an infomercial?
So yeah, I was going to get into that.
Okay,
it seemed like the weakest, the most unprepared and discombobulated.
Yes, we are.
Commercial
John. We're going to space.
the commercial I think I've ever seen. It was. I will say this: for a company that is trying to put people into space, and you're telling me that they couldn't get shit together, is a little disheartening for me.
What do you mean shit to get shit together?
There was no audio. There was no video. Okay, they had there's hold on. Even on the ground. Let me finish. Even on the ground, they couldn't get their microphone to work. He comes on the stage, and I stopped it right around the time he came on stage to get his wings.
Okay.
He even came on stage and says, "Well, I don't know if what's his name? Stephen Hawkins is Hawkjet or not, but blah, blah, blah." Like, how do you not, you don't know if you don't know these things? Like, you can't give me any live feed of them on their way up in the conversations. I get no live feed of them in space. I get no feed.
No live. They tried doing the live feed.
That's my point, though.
Bro,
that's
250,000 feet in the air.
Doesn't matter.
You're gonna lose connection.
You know who can do? No, you know who doesn't lose connection? NASA. Because
Tesla.
I've seen NASA give me live feed of a space shuttle and the crew inside of it and the conversations going on.
You gotta look at it. This is step one to commercial flight.
Listen,
to out of space.
I get that. Yeah, you say it's step one, but is it really? Step one was everything they did before this. Hold on.
Of course. Yeah, because they show a pre-launch. They showed after everything got done, they show how they accomplished it. They showed him on the floor looking up at the actual astronauts that tested it out and all that.
So this isn't their first flight. You don't have, like, you even on the ground though, you don't have things prepared on the ground to make sure things are working correctly. Like, there was even a moment where the commentary goes back over.
Yeah, the comment goes, "I'm flying Delta."
Dude, to the point where the guy was sitting in the cafeteria talking to people. They cut back to the girl in the studio, and then you could hear him be like, mic check, everybody there. Okay, everybody, now we're gonna start headed out to. I'm like, are you kidding me? What kind of amateur show is this? Right?
Yeah,
like,
see, now you're nitpicking. You're nitpicking about. Let's talk about the excitement that now is actually a doable thing. Now, mind you,
spend a minute in the sky, like, it's not.
Well, they haven't set prices yet. I know there's going to be an elite people. Huh?
No, the price is already set.
Really?
Yep.
You know they're doing 2 lottery tickets, right?
I didn't know that. But
already the commercial's already out. If you go to social media, it says, "Oh, here's a chance to win a flight on Virgin Galactic. I
Oh,
almost
really?
signed up for it, bro.
Guess what the cost is?
What is it?
Guess. Give me a number.
43,000.
Keep going.
It's in the millions.
No.
100,000.
$250,000.
So that's
For a
just for the
seat.
elite people.
No shit. And guess how many
Until it
pe-
becomes cheaper.
But hold
Because if you
on.
imagine how much
But
it
hold
costs
on.
to send the airplane.
Guess
up
how many people have already have a seat?
How many?
600.
No fucking way.
That's $150 million.
That's how you do it, bro.
$150 million.
Now here's the thing: do you think he did it by himself, or he partnered up with Tesla or Elon Musk? Forget about this pride shit. I think he partnered up with Elon Musk.
No, I don't think he did. He won that grant, remember?
The what?
The SpaceX race. He won that.
Well, I don't think he was trying to. He was part of that. It was Bezos and Elon, and that's something
Yeah,
we
won
created
that, but
here.
he won that grant, which means he got the funding to continue because he won that
But again-
prize.
But again, Elon Musk and Tesla, they fund NASA. It's not the government.
I understand private contract. Yes and no. I don't think you're completely accurate with that.
I think I'm accurate.
I don't. That's besides the point. We talked about that last week. Do you know Elon put a $10,000 deposit down though for one?
Really?
Yeah.
Of course
Also reportedly, Tom Hanks has a seat. Lady Gaga has a seat. There's a few famous people who have seats.
Damn it.
So
I want to
And
win
they have
that
that-
lottery though.
Did you-
If I
do
win
you
that
know when the-
lottery,
listen, you want to talk about rich though? You know why
can
it's
you
only for the
imagine
rich?
we win that lottery? Just let's use our imagination for a second. You and I,
Oh my
or
goodness.
me, you. Well, it's only two people, two lottery tickets,
Yeah,
right?
your wife's shit out of luck.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so it'll
baby.
be
You're
you and
done.
I, because the wife won't do it, right?
Good,
So it'll be you and I.
Perfect.
We'll go and we do the we'll do the traveling. Could you imagine sitting next to us will be like, let's just say Tom Hanks or Elon Musk, and we just take that flight and then we come back with all that footage and be like, yo, live right now, live generation shot.
It'd be dope. but here's the thing that's so crazy about this whole gimmick, right? Did you see their partnership with Land Rover? Did you do you and did you
And Under Armour. Under Armour.
Hold on. No, here's the difference though. For those of you who didn't watch it, they have Land Rovers drive them out to the thing. But here's the part.
Unnecessary.
Here's the part that's unnecessary. Land Rover made a special vehicle
Yep.
just for this event to drive them out. And the thing is, it is not being sold to the public. The only people who have access to purchase this Land Rover are the people who take a flight into space and become an astronaut. Those are the only ones allowed to purchase
Because
this
I
vehicle.
think it's called the astronaut edition.
Yes. And it's
Yeah.
so crazy to me because you know what? They're smart though. If I could afford 250 G's to go
could
for
afford
a
a Land
2-minute
Rover.
ride, I can afford a Land Rover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I can afford that shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
But it blew my mind that was
But I
even a
think-
thing.
But think about what that means. The fact that it's a doable thing, bro. That's to me what gave me the goosebumps.
Here's my thing.
I can't wait for like
when I'll get
10
excited.
years to 20 years.
Here's the
from
thing. I'll get excited when this happens.
when it becomes cheaper.
No, I could care less about the cost. I'll be excited when number one, I'm told that I'm going to be in space long enough to orbit the entire Earth.
He said, well, yeah. John was like, we're about to lose some famous people.
And that's how it goes sometimes, G, you know?
Yeah.
So you got to
But go ahead, repeat that. Repeat what you
So
said.
first of all, I'll be impressed when number one, I can orbit the entire Earth, not just go up and come back down.
But it takes to actually leave Earth. There's a window you have to go through, first of all, to exit, and a window to enter.
What are you talking about? Window?
That,
Well, we have a
it's
little
like
box.
a specific
we have a little
no, it's a
box in the
specific
atmosphere.
time.
I gotta go through it. No, there's
No,
not.
NASA does a specific time that it launches out, and a specific time it comes back in.
No, hold on. But you need to understand, when NASA does that, they do that for the purpose of reaching certain things. There is no window, technically, right?
I don't mean like a window,
No,
but
I know. I'm saying,
Okay,
but
okay.
what I'm point is, so for instance, the space station. If
Yeah.
NASA's going to the space station, there's a optimal window of how you're going to conserve energy to reach the space station
Yes.
with the least amount of energy. If you're trying to travel to the moon, there is a window that gives you the least amount of energy to get to that point. So I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is that you get me up if it's truly space, I should be able to orbit the Earth one time and then come back down.
I think that'll be later on. But
That'd be
let's
dope.
take it one step at a time.
And number
Speaking,
two,
since you're on the topic about energy, to tell me how far has gotten, or where I was watching the whole thing of Virgin Galactic, which is they figured out that it takes more energy to do this, right, launch, than to get off an airplane and drop and go up. It takes more energy, and I thought it was like, I mean,
yeah, but
I'm not a
once
math
again,
genius, but I'm like, this is actually interesting.
But here's the thing. Once again, we're talking apples to oranges, right?
Okay.
So number one, when NASA sends people into space, they're not just sending people. They're sending payloads, cargo, things to go up there with. So that little plane isn't going to have the ability if you fill it up.
It's more commercial.
Correct. Yeah. But so this builds into my next question though. Could this be a legit, and this is where I'm trying to understand what's real about this actual space flight, and I'll put it in quotes because I'm skeptical if I consider it full space flight more than a tourism thing. I don't really see it as, I don't know. I get that's the definition of space, but that's like me jumping in a pool that has 3 foot of water and saying I'm going swimming because technically there's water.
I'm calling it an actual pool.
Exactly, right? Like I go by the pool for Walmart, put it in my backyard and say I got a pool because technically there's water and I soak in it, right?
Yep.
So my thing is this is where it could be truly revolutionary. Is can we get to a point where where it can dock up with a space station? Right?
Yeah, but one small step for man.
I'm just saying.
One giant step for mankind.
I'm just saying where we could mount this into a space station and actually deliver astronauts and scientists to space stations without having to have that big shuttle launch and everything like that, where we're only using it for payloads. We're not using it to bring people like that. But that's the thing.
I think he was selling more the commercial side of it.
But I get it, but the commercial side is literally giving you the bare minimum of what's
consumer side of it.
Yeah, but that's giving you the bare minimum, right?
I mean, it's how many people can say they went?
There's a lot of there's a lot of pilots out there who have flown that high.
Of course, but that's not how many civilians can say I did that.
I get it. I will say the thing that's intriguing to me.
It takes a lot on your body just to go out of outer space.
Listen, the part I thought that was most interesting to me was that you say that, but they're all old. You notice that everybody who flies is old as fuck, like they're ancient. So
yeah, but they already been through it more than once. So they already know what it takes. I'm talking about
even the people who paid for it. The first lady they interviewed.
Oh no, but that's
hell.
different though. I'm talking about to actual go launch Mach 5. I think they go up to Mach 5 just to launch it out and send it into I'm talking about real astronauts. Yeah, I'm talking about the consumer side. It takes a lot more toll on your body versus what this happened. So the fact that it's going one commercial or consumer, that now you notice how that's how I'm saying that the whole thing was more like an infomercial. I feel like I was watching a Total Recall movie in person.
So here's my question.
They were saying, check out the seats. The seats are nice. The cabin pressure, the cabin temperature it keeps you cool when you're in the Earth. When you leave Earth, the atmosphere, when you leave it, it keeps you warm.
Was this another moon landing?
No.
Was this a hoax?
Hell no.
There was no live feed. There's nothing to prove it.
There was live feed.
No, I got no live feed.
We watched the live feed.
I got a recording of what they claim people did afterwards, right?
You watched the after, but that was an actual live feed.
But it wasn't live, right? Just like the moon landing, it's like, dude, I'm telling you, people are gonna start saying that.
Don't start that conspiracy shit, because if you read the comments, that's a lot of the things they say about that. It's one of those things they say about.
I feel like he's suckering people in, so you just don't know. What is Virgin Orbits?
Who what?
Virgin Orbits. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know.
They name dropped that as another one of the pilots flew for Virgin Orbit.
What I'm reading the comments. Space Force. So I tell you what, if Donald Trump got something right, he got the Space Force. So you got to give that. So at least he was ahead on that. He's seen that coming.
So what? Let me ask you this though. This is all well and good, right? What happens after the first accident?
They learn from it and they move on.
You think they're going to be able to move on?
Of course they will, because you're taking bro. How many airplanes fall? Accidents in airplanes. They don't stop flights ever.
Here's the difference. How many
What?
flights take off per day?
Oof. I can't answer that question, but I know it's about over the thousands.
Okay. And we're talking about one every how often
What?
that a plane
Oh,
crashes?
one every 3 seconds, 6 seconds. Oh, you're talking about crashing or
Yeah.
falling down?
Yeah.
Ooh,
so
that's a,
plane, like
that's
they
a
say-
small number.
Exactly.
That's a
What I'm
small-
saying is flight. They say when you fly, that is actually the truest, the safest form of travel.
Yeah,
Even
they
safer
say.
to get in a car.
Yeah, but they tell you that because they want to sell you. They want you to sell by the
It's
tickets.
statistics. It's not. They
Yeah.
can't make up statistics, right? If you're saying it's real that they went into space, then it's real that it's a safer form of travel. But here's the thing. You're not doing the same number of travels. So once you have that first death, it's not the government anymore, right?
Well, people be scared.
NASA funds it, gets it funded or whatever. NASA's pushing
But I don't think
that.
it's NASA at all.
Whatever. Let's get over that. What I'm saying is, once there's an accident, I could see the whole thing crumbling.
Nah, I don't think so. I think some people will fear it, but some people they'll learn from it and they think. I mean, remember when the Challenger fell apart and blew up, we learned, even though there was warnings, but we learned from that.
Correct, but that's a
Is it-
government agency who was like had investment to keep it going.
Yeah, and they didn't stop. There was flights after that.
That's my point. But private agencies, that's a little different.
Well, let's say for example, God forbid, but Tom Hanks gets on his airplane. Excuse me,
Oh,
one of
no,
my
you
favorite,
kill
one of
Tom
my favorite
Hanks?
actors.
No, hold
I'll
on.
cry.
If you kill Tom Hanks, the company's done. He's too beloved in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, way too beloved. Lady Gaga, we're fine. We'll keep it going.
Yeah.
You know.
Tom Cruise, nah.
No, people would love Tom Cruise. Mel
Yeah.
Gibson, put him in there. Let him blow up. Anti-Semitic motherfucker.
That's because you're a Jew.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if God really loves you, freaking Mel.
So, but I just think for me, I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like I hate flying, but I would take that flight.
Yeah, I mean, I would try to. I
I
mean,
hate
I'm
flying, but I
not
would take
against
that
it, but
I just thought for me, the way I see it, it's an exciting time that we live in. It's the fact that he actually has his own airport now. He actually has there's actually possibly a commercial flight happen. Well, yeah, it's a flight now that can happen where you can take people to experience that. But here's the PR behind all that shit, which I think is genius. The three people that went up there besides him, they all got astronaut pins. So now astronauts. Tell me that's not the biggest selling gimmick ever.
here's the thing, though. Only 2 of them truly earned it.
What do you mean?
So the girl, the blonde lady that flew up
Yeah.
there, she had already been on a flight.
Yes. Well, remember, I think they take, besides the pilot, they take two crew members that actually been in case something goes wrong.
No, everybody. It was the 2 pilots and the other 4 people that flew were registered, were there for specific product control reasons, and that's it.
Yeah. So that they have to at least.
But
have
she's
had
already.
the
But they showed the video when she went up before him, and to test
on the test flight. The test flight.
Correct. She went up before him, and then got to fly again as 002.
That's cool.
Now my question is, and they said it on the show, you know who I want to be if I got to do this. I don't want to be 007. Dude, I'd go down to history as fucking 007. I'm the Virgin Galactic 007, bitch.
Yeah, that's
What's
badass.
You know what I'm saying? Like fucking, I'd have it tattooed with the wings.
But
007.
think about that. She went twice. She was part of the test. Didn't cost her anything. She didn't pay $200,000, and she went
She
to
got
it
paid.
again as a publicity.
Yeah, and they all got paid to go on this
and
flight.
got all the PR behind it. Come on,
Yeah.
where was that? How come they didn't do like hey, would you like to do this? I would have been like, I'm in.
Well, all I know is I really don't know anything because I got no feed. There's no cameras, no microphones, no nothing. It was pathetic.
Well, no live feed, but the actual.
What about Kohlberg?
There's another video of the actual thing edited, obviously.
Yeah, what do you
edited.
think about Kohlberg hosting it?
I don't think he needed to.
Well, I guess they have a long history from what I heard, so they just wanted to get somebody out there to entertain.
Yeah.
Then they had the
I don't-
concert. Like it was such a publicity stunt. They had the
Yeah,
concert
of course.
going.
Well, you
Like-
have to make it big.
I get it, but it wasn't that big because I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, because
And I guarantee you, there's not a single person on this show who's watching this who's going to be like, "Oh my god, I was watching it live." Oh,
Yeah.
no, that shit.
I think I geeked out about it.
Yeah,
And all
well,
that.
you're
And the only
a geek like that.
reason why I geeked out about it is because I didn't know it was happening. What I did do, well, as soon as I opened up YouTube, it says live feed. I'm like, holy shit, and I clicked
So
on it.
listen, not only was this thing a hoax, but here's a bigger conspiracy for you.
What?
The Stephen Hawking's speech was fake.
I think they use an old speech
No.
because he's dead,
they
isn't
just,
he?
They just typed some shit in a computer, let the computer speak it out, and he wrote his own speech to make himself feel good about himself.
So here's the thing, and I did this because I'm an asshole sometimes, and I like to fuck around. So when I watched that live feed, right, and then I wrote in the comments, I'm like, I love how they use the voice from War Games.
Wow.
Yes, I haven't gone back to see if there's any comments behind it,
Yeah,
but I
you
was
don't
like, I
wanna look
love
that.
how they use the voice from War Games to actually.
I'm just saying though, I
to
could make Stephen
introduce them.
Hawking say some shit about our show if I really wanted to. God rest his soul, no disrespect. But you know, it was all a little weird.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting though. For me, I just loved it.
I don't know. Like I say, I mean, I guess I consider it like the equivalent of the Roswell thing. You know, they're right next door. You know, do you believe it? Do you not?
It's interesting how it is. Yeah, right next door and all that.
Yeah.
But it's its own airport, its own space station, its own. Well, I can't say space station. It's its own airport, its own.
It was all about him, though. The whole show was more about him than even the flight.
Of course,
Like it was all. About
it's about
him.
him beating Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk to space.
Yeah.
But I think it's just more than that. I think it's next. I guess they're doing more flights because you heard there was 3 hosts, an actual pilot, an actual astronaut.
The one who did
was
the
there.
guitar.
Nah, I'm talking about the guy who did the pinning also.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
did the guitar in the space station for 5 months.
Yeah. So him and then the 2 girls, they're
One's about to go up.
yeah, and she was talking about she's going up because she's testing out some of the armor, some of how the body chemicals,
Correct.
medication
Bioengineer.
and all that shit, which I thought was very interesting. So that means there's a lot of shit moving and it's gonna move fast. Because this is how it starts. Now, I think this whole thing behind us, so now he's gonna get more fundings.
See, I disagree. Like I think it's one of those things that you I don't think it's going to be like a fast moving thing. I think, you know, because when you look at space travel to begin with, right? You thought that was the case, right? When space travel first came about, we literally went from nothing to going to the moon in 10 years. Think about that.
Yeah.
Right? We were from nothing to the moon in 10 years. Now, in the 50 years since that, what have we done? Nothing.
Space stations?
Nothing.
Space stations.
Okay, that's still nothing in
And
comparison.
you're talking about humans, though, as
Yeah.
far as.
Well, that's what we're talking about. Are we not talking about humans? What are we
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about? Right? We're not talking about machines. Fucking guy.
Cálmate, oíste, cálmate.
Yeah, like so what I'm saying is like I don't know, I don't necessarily think that there's going to be this huge movement. You know, we're still we're still like 20 years away from if we're going to travel to Mars.
Okay.
We still don't send people back to the moon. There's a lot of shit that like we don't do much of anything.
So here's the thing. It looks like the airplane is going to be a 4-seater besides
No,
the 2
6-seater.
pilots. Is it a 6-seater?
Yes. They only
Okay.
put 4 in it, but it's technically a 6-seater. Do
Okay.
your research, bro. Do your research.
I only seen 4 when I seen the live feed. So
Once
anyways,
again, you're not doing research. Research is not just watching a video, it's reading things.
so and they have what 600 people already?
Yes.
That's about
Go ahead, do the
100
math.
flights.
100 flights?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
100 flights. That's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, listen, it is what it is. So
But how much you think it costs to send to actually do that?
send
If they charge
somebody
you
up,
$200,000 a seat, a ticket,
250.
$250,000 a ticket, it must it must at least cost like $100,000 to do it.
Nah, I would say if they're doing it right, it's probably about 50 grand.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
The energy that gets used to send that.
How much
thing
do you
up
think
there?
it costs to fly a plane? Let's start there.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Right? Well, you take that and you at least triple it probably, I would assume. right?
So you
Because
think airplane tickets? You think airplane tickets are over? We're overpaying by a lot. You think the profit margin to an airplane ticket it's a lot?
it's all profit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, now you got
There's
me
not
thinking.
very much
I'm gonna
overhead
start
there.
doing research on that.
There's not very much overhead in plane flights, right? You're not getting food anymore. You really don't even get a drink
Tell me
anymore,
about it.
right? So all you're doing is fuel. So that's your only overhead because and the crew because everything else is already been manufactured and paid for, right? So you know, I don't think it's that expensive. You know why I don't? You know why it's not expensive? Because what's the cost of a plane ticket right now?
I know you're right.
Right? They're making money still to keep their business afloat. They were charging what they were charging before because they were greedy bastards. That $500 flight from Florida to New Jersey, when I can get it for literally
$60.
under $100
Yeah,
now.
60 something.
Come on, bro.
With Southwest Airlines, it's charging you like $70. Especially during football season when people like to travel to football season to follow their team.
This is all it's all capitalism at its finest. Like, come on, dude. Like, it's so I don't think it's going to cost that much. I think they're probably bringing it close to 200 grand. Because think about it. If I'm talking about 50,000 per person, right? So maybe it is 200,000, right? That's 4 people, right? So it costs you 200,000 to put the flight up, right? But you're still profiting.
It's not like they give you peanuts, bro.
You're still profiting almost $1 million a flight. That's what their profit is.
Damn.
Right? It's going to be about $1 million a flight.
Do you think that somebody's going to do it? You think there's going to be now? Obviously, he's not going to be the only one doing it. But that's
what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to be as popular and as big as you think.
Yeah.
I don't think the movement's there. Like, we're not doing enough with space.
I think it's just hype right now behind it.
But that's the thing is, what hype is there? Like, it's not being talked about everywhere, right? I don't see it on social media. I don't see it on conversations being out there. Like, I don't see it in the world. And to me, that's
because we don't talk to people that love shit like that.
But that's my point. If it's only for those people who love that shit, it's not popular, right? When we landed on the moon, was there a person on Earth who didn't know we were doing that?
No, everybody knew about it. It became an event for the world.
We had and guess what? There was no social media then, right?
I know.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Yes, it's popular for the people who are nerdy or like who are into it, but if it's not popular to the mainstream, is it popular?
Yep.
That's how the world works. So, anything else you want to add before we start wrapping things up?
No.
Okay.
It's just an exciting moment for me.
For you, but not for the rest of us. That's okay. Oh, damn. I forgot to throw this out there. So let me go ahead and just throw this up real quick so everybody can see it. Just a little subscribe.
Oh, that is true. Flat Earth people are, they're already coming up with reasons why it's fake. It's just bullshit.
It is fake, but that's okay. That's another topic for another day.
True.
So I don't know if I trust.
Thank you for that, by the way. I just noticed it.
What?
Subscribe.
That's what I said. I'm a little late, but let me go ahead and throw that out there. All right. So yeah,
it's time for everybody's favorite segment.
Everybody's favorite segment, yes, but everybody's not favorite.
Most hated intro.
There it is. Our favorite segment, but our most hated intro. It is that time again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this started. All right. It's fucking here. So, what do you got for me this week?
So, I'm gonna go, but then we're gonna have actually one of our viewers, loyal viewers.
Yes,
her name is Sheraton. She sent in
Sheraton.
I said Sheraton. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I added L on places that they don't belong. Or
big shout out to I know she told me to do this a long time ago and I didn't. Duffy Golf on Instagram. I got to get the link and I'll put it up here on another one. But I watch his videos, learn some things to help my golf game. That's her brother. Also, big shout out.
He's the one helping you with all
Duffy
this
Golf.
shit, and then you announced it today.
No, he's not technically helping me. No, but
okay.
I do watch his videos and stuff, and I try to pick up things when I can. But yeah, you definitely, you want to go check it out if you're a golfer like me. I went out yesterday morning, shot 96, but it was like
and you improve on your strokes, right?
I'm a fucking beast out there, but that's besides the point. I'm the next, Jewish.
So you want
Woods.
to do hers first, and then I'll go. Or you want to?
I mean, that's up to you. What do you want to do?
Yeah, go
This
ahead,
is your
go ahead.
show. I'm just part of
She's
it.
a viewer. She sent it in. She took her time. Let's give her the honors.
All right, that's fine. Because like I said, I'm here for the ride. I'm not really even really out here. So, all right, here we go. Let's listen to it.
Good morning. My fuck out of here was my wonderful flight to Orlando. I was in the longest line to check my bags, about an hour's long, and I had one gentleman in front of me. So I thought, okay, that's all right. Well, he was just standing there for his family. So he opens up the line and adds 7 people in front of me and doesn't give a shit about the, 20 people behind us that are trying to get onto our flight. It was a wonderful flight. Once we taxied, we had to wait in Orlando for 30 minutes just to get to our gate. So, as you can see, I am very tired, and I would just want to say, fuck out of here to the fucking people in Providence who probably live in Orlando. Thank you.
Better get a free bottle.
All right. So, thank you to Sheridan for putting that out there. Hey, listen, airports. I gotta say, man, airports are just horrible. They have just they like the wait in line, like it is. Listen, it's a nightmare. I got to the point where when I used to fly, because I fly a lot, that I used to do a United, and then I'd wait till I got there. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to deal with this shit, so I'd upgrade my ticket so I could go through the fast line, through security and check in, and then I'd have like a 7 a.m. flight. And I'd show up places wasted because it was unlimited alcohol on the flight because I upgraded to first class and I could bring my carry-on and everything like that. It was like $80 to $100 to upgrade. I was like, this is my vacation. Fuck it. Let's do it. And I'm sitting there getting tanked on these flights. Then at some point when I'm sitting on the runway for 3 hours, I didn't even care because I'm just like knocking them the fuck back. You know what I mean? So... telling you.
Yeah, can you add some more and keep it coming?
Make it a double. Let's go. Let's go.
So, here's my fuck out of here, right? One of my I don't know, it's just a part of me. See, my sister tells me that I should just relax about it. But anyways, so imagine 2 lanes. We're driving. This lane goes straight and this lane turns, only right turn, right? That's all it can do. That's all it can do. So this lane, since it's going straight, is backed up because it's waiting. It's a red light. So I imagine it being all the way backed up. This asshole decides to go on this lane, and I notice I'm next to him. He's not telling me, hey, can you let me go through? I fucked up. I'm on the wrong side. I kind of messed up. I fucked up. I'm a dumbass. Can I just cut in front of you? No, you can tell he didn't want to wait all the way the fuck back there, and he got on this lane to try to cut me. So I'm like, I got this new sporty car, bro. If you want this, you're on your truck. I'm on this. I don't know if you want to do this. But light turns green. I notice. I'm like, this guy's not going. He has a clear to go, and he's not going. So I'm assuming that he cut everybody in line so he could be the asshole that cuts in front of me and goes straight. And that's exactly what happened. He was that guy, that asshole. So I took off. He took off. And he wasn't stopping, so I'm like, "Fuck!" I had to hit the brakes, and he got right in front of me and got it. And he just wanted to cut because he didn't want to wait all the way back there. So fuck out of here with that shit. Stop being that guy, that dick, that you just can't wait back there. And you got to get in front of me. Next time, I'm just gonna ram into you. That also gave me an idea. I'm gonna get a dash cam, bro. When shit like that happens, I'll be like, "Look, this is what happened. This motherfucker didn't want to wait, and he hit me. So fuck out of here." Be patient. Get in the back of the fucking line if you have to.
Did he actually hit you, or you're saying in general? Like,
no, in general.
Okay.
Like if I didn't hit the brakes, I would have hit him. He would have hit me. And one of those things would have happened, and I would have been late to work.
Okay, mine's not going to be that good this week. But no, as far as driving goes, like I swear the last week, I don't know what it is about people. I think I almost got hit 3 times. And here's the thing: is I'm usually people's fuck out of here when it comes to driving because I got a little thing that I can put my phone into on my dashboard. and I turn on like Hulu and I watch Hulu shows on my way to work.
Yeah, that guy.
And yeah, I'm that guy. But here's the thing: I don't like suck myself into it that I don't pay attention to my driving, because there's literally like 3 times that people were literally trying to slam me into brick walls, and I'm like honking my horn, I'm slamming my brakes, but I'm still aware of what's going on. But yeah, people lately, they fucking suck at driving. But anyway, on to mine. So what I want to talk about this week's a little bit different. And it's probably not going to be as exciting to all of you people out there, but I do know we have one viewer who just hopped on who's probably going to talk some shit to me about this one, but that's okay. So
it says you have a Florida plate on New
Jersey,
I
know.
in New
So
Jersey.
that's why. And this is the person that's probably going to talk some shit about my fuck out of here this week. So smart appliances, right? They seem great in concept, right? So you get this Wi-Fi stove, this Wi-Fi fridge, and you get to connect everything to the internet, and you get to like have all these features going and stuff, and it seems really cool. It's like, oh man, I got a notification, my oven's preheated. Oh, I got a notification, my ice is cold, right? All this cool shit. Well, listen, what about the people who are just trying to get by and do things that, and keep their shit private? So like, meaning, what about when people go to work and motherfuckers just want to go into the fridge and just stand there for a few minutes and just look at it and maybe not want to get nothing, but the fridge wants to let you know that it's open too long? Or the guy who doesn't understand how to use the new stove because the shit's super fucking complicated because it's so smart that the stove has an air fryer and you're trying to figure out how to turn that shit on for your niece so she can air fry her food in it, but so you have to hit cancel like 4 times. We don't know what's going on. Fuck out of here, smart appliances, because as they come home, I hear it from both ends as they're both laughing at me, saying, yeah, by the way, we know you canceled cooking 4 times today. Oh, by the way, 3 times you kept the fridge open longer than you're supposed to.
They tell you that? Like,
they get notifications on their phones that awesome. I'm in the fridge too long or that I stopped cooking on in the stove. So they're getting notifications like literally letting them know that I'm a dumbass. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. So fuck out of here for the appliances telling people what they already knew about me, that I'm a dumbass.
Knowing your business.
Right? Like, oh, so all I can think about is, man, I'm gonna go cook something up one day. They're gonna be like, hey, hook me up. Like, hey, yo, so what'd you just cook? What you got? Got anything for us? Like, and just as a joke, but it's just like, man, it just blows my mind. That's the level of stuff we're at. Like, we got people who have video cameras in their house to see what their kids are doing. But now you can tell if the kids stand in the fridge too long. And my little niece, which he brought up, Audrey, she's notorious for this shit. She'll open the fridge and just leave that shit open all day. Right? Horrible. So they're all thinking it's her. So I had to like wrap myself out so I didn't get my little niece in trouble. Right? No, that was me at the fridge today like 3 times. I don't know what I was doing, but the fridge yelled at me like 3 times. Beep, beep, beep. Shut the door. It didn't say it, but it's like telling me. And then we're over there at the stove and I'm pushing buttons, trying to figure out how to turn on air fry. And so I'm hitting cancel. I started up, hit cancel again.
There's nothing that says air fry on it?
No, because I found out you have to pull out the middle piece for it to work. So when they got home tonight, this is how the conversation started. They got home from work tonight together and I was like, yo, so you guys got to teach me how to use your stove because I don't know how to use that shit, and neither does Madeline.
This is a stove or oven?
This is a stove, an oven, like the whole thing.
Okay.
It's one unit. You have
over the range.
Yeah. No, it's not a microwave. It's an oven.
It's an oven.
Yeah.
That has an air fryer in it.
Yeah.
Okay. I seen those at work.
Yeah. So it's a really nice unit. They just got some stuff. I helped them out with some of my work things. So but it's just crazy that I'm like, hey, can you teach me how to use this? And it's like, I have to get directions from them on how to use this thing. And they're like, oh, you got to pull the middle part out. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do that. I'm just like, what happened to the days? I'm just like, okay, there's a dial that says 350. I turn that shit to that dial that says 350. Boom, I'm done. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
yes, Tasha, you're laughing at me that technology is greater than me, but here's where I fuck out of here. I work at a technology store. Fuck out of here to myself. I'm done. I can't do
And you
it.
know what's crazy about that? And real quick, my wife wants to get the new Samsung Hub. The fridge? Yeah,
Dude,
the one with
fridge,
the tablet and the cameras inside. So she doesn't have to ask if there's any eggs in it. She just be like, go into her phone and be like, oh, I think I need eggs. Oh, I think half and half.
No,
I'm like,
that's
good.
cool.
So you
That's
have to
cool.
be asking me what I need because I never know what we need.
I will say this: the fridge we ended up going with was not the one we originally got, and we didn't know. Nobody knew how they're gonna like it, but we did the 4-section fridge, right?
Okay.
So it has 4 separate zones.
Yep.
And dude, this fridge is a fucking
Is it a
amazing.
Samsung?
Yeah. So amazing. So first of all, they give you two types of ice. They give you regular ice cubes, and then they give you like almost like the little ice that you get from Sonic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have two little ice trays, but then the freezer next to it can also be a fridge. And then, but this one has a door that you could pull open. So all the condiments that we use a lot and the butter is in the door, but then there's a water pitcher and still has the water thing. So I can still walk up to it and just put my cup up and get water filled into it. Dude, and it's so big, so spacious. This is coming from a house. We have a lot of people living here. And compared to what we had before, like anytime you go food shopping, the fridge is packed. But the problem once you go food shopping is you're only cooking one of the meals that you plan for the 5 weeks, for the 5 days, right?
Yeah.
So you got all the food for 5 days in there. You only cooked one meal, but now you got all the leftovers you got to try to fit in there. Dude, you can fit everything in there now. It's crazy. So yeah, that's my fuck out of here technology. Go figure. Can't figure it out.
Oh
right.
man. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, I am hella excited for ice and water. It's the foundation of what we're made on, Tasha. All right. Anyway. So anyway, on that note, I think we're done. We're out. Appreciate everybody for watching. I'll appreciate all your comments. Remember, if you guys want to hear us talk about anything at all, any topics, go ahead. Let us know. Also, we need your fuck out of here's, right?
Yeah.
Let us know what's going on in your lives. What is your
Since you're talking about that, Sheraton, I am
you.
going to use your clip on our Instagram, our Generation Shock Instagram, to post it. So any other new ones that we do get, we're going to use them as a post on top of we're going to air it on the show.
Yeah, but we want to appreciate you for sending that in. We urge other people, Tasha, I know you've done it a few times. Thank you. We urge other people, man. If you got something you want to go ahead and get off your chest, and something that you're just like, man, fuck out of here this week about it. You know what I'm saying? Record it on your phone, send it to me or Messiah, or
spread it to your friends. And be like, hey, you got to fuck out of here.
Out there. We'll put it on the show.
Sounds like a fuck out of here.
All right. On that note, though, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. For I Am Messiah, hit me up at Monster on the Mic. We out.
We got the right stuff. We put the hammer right down.